All right, welcome back. What is up, gents? Welcome back to the channel, Tennessee Whiskey Shaving with your favorite talking torso, Wes. If you're an OG and you've been here for a minute, thanks for tuning back in and watching this old dog scrape metal on his face. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you like what you see. Please make sure you guys hit the like button below. Let the algorithm know that, I'm doing everything right. So here we are again. It's another sensational straight shave Saturday. And it's still November, of course. We're about halfway through November now. So, man, Christmas is going to be here before we know it. And even then, the Advent calendar will be here before you know it too. Black Friday, something, even better to look forward to. If you guys haven't joined the fun for PAA's Advent calendar, you guys are missing out. You guys should definitely check it out. It's fun, it gives you like the 12 days before Christmas, and you get to open up the door and there's a new soap and splash set for you to check out. Maybe something from Christmas past, from Christmas present, and Christmas future. So they throw a little bit of everything in there, something from the past, something new, and and something coming up or perennial. I guess I messed that one up. So anyway, but speaking of the Advent calendar and PAA, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, today I will be that's what I'll be using today for my shave. And I figured I'd go with one of my favorite PAA choices, and that would be Black Bot. It just came out, so this is a fall fragrance. So this is definitely one of my top fall seasonal fragrances. And I got a bunch of other stuff in the mail here recently from PAA. So I figured why not make it kind of a PAA shave kind of day. I got the towel here, nice towel, decent size. So that's pretty good. It's got the DB Cooper on it, of course. Phoenix Shaving, a shave new world. And then I also got the Moonstriker. So I've heard such great things about it, so I figured that I would check it out. And I gotta say, it does feel pretty nice. 26 millimeter knot with a sickle scent knot in it, knot. And then it's got a cool base to it as well, which is an homage to, I think it was it Burma Shave? I think, is that who it, or no? I'll have to think, I'll try and put it up here, up top or something like that. I should have researched a little bit better, but I got a whole bunch of new goodies. So I figured, this would be a great day or great time for a good shave. So if you've never heard of Black Bot is actually an homage to Black Belt from back in the 60s. So from the sales page, we have the scent. As I mentioned at the top of this page, Black Bot is what I consider an archetypal musk, the ideal musk that others aspire to, the musk that most of us imagine in our scent memory that never was, or was it? Black Bot is rich and deep, shapely and bold, very much alive and very much a mystery to be captured and kept shared among those close friends and passed down through the generations. Many of you know I am a huge fan of the classic Black Belt, a vintage lesser-known musk put out by the same makers of High Karate. Both splashes were inspired by the popularity of kung fu and karate movies that were suddenly becoming all the rave. So in my tribute to Black Belt, I thought I would take it full circle with a twist and deliver Black Bot, a tribute to Black Belt and Creature double feature. Does art not imitate life? The greatest musk you never heard of. Black Belt never got the respect and tip of the hat that High Karate got, which I find a great injustice when the stuff is classic 60s musky magic. It really stands out on its own in bold defiance to a lot of the others from that time. This oversight may be due to the fact that it was so closely related to high karate, so rather than even give the stuff a sniff, folks wrote it off as another flash in the pan scent created for hornball teenagers. Well, I can assure you that is nothing, or there is nothing further from the truth. Well, the people spoke and we listened. But to be sure I wasn't crazy, I brought 5 classic vintage splashes to the Big Shave West 2 and had folks vote on which 5 of the splashes were the best to with a promise to reboot the winner as a People's Choice type scent. Clint, Bravo, Sliver Surf, Colgate versus Black Belt. Very tough competition, but Black Belt killed it. So the arcology of the scent, most scents that have come and gone throughout history never get a second chance. Sadly, this is more dictated by profit than scent and performance. Sometimes a scent house or grooming company just has too many products to put through marketing, to put through enough marketing oomph behind one piece of genius, which they themselves might be too close to even see themselves. Once in a while, a bottle like a magic lamp will make its way through these winding passages of time into your hand and under your nose, a sleeping genie, a time capsule. So there you go. That's what you have from the sales page. And as far as like the scent notes go, the scent notes for Black Bot are bergamot. Bergamot has a fresh citrusy scent with a complex blend of sweet, floral, spicy, and slightly earthy notes. It smells like a refined mix of orange and lemon, but with a softer, more aromatic, floral tinged profile that is both uplifting and calming. Next up is lavender. Lavender scent is a fresh, clean, and herbal aroma that is simultaneously sweet and floral with woodsy, camphorous, and sometimes powdery notes. It is often described as a calming and is used in aromatherapy, perfumes, and other products for its soothing and pleasant qualities. Labdanum. Labdanum has a rich, sweet, and earthy scent profile with complex notes of amber, leather, and musk. It is also described as having balsamic, woody, and sometimes fruity or herbaceous undertones. This deep, tenacious fragrance is a popular base note in perfumery valued for its ability to add warmth, depth, and longevity to a scent. Oak moss. Oak moss has an earthy, woody, and musky scent reminiscent of a damp forest floor after the rain, with additional notes of bitter, green, and sometimes marine or smoky qualities. It's prized in perfumery for its depth and ability to provide a sense of grounding and richness to fragrances, making it a key component in the Chapra and Fougere scent families. Next up is cedar. Cedar is a warm, dry, woody aroma with spicy, earthy, and resinous undertones, often compared to the smell of a freshly sharpened pencil. Its fragrance is comforting and grounding, with variations depending on the cedar type, which can introduce smoky, camphoric, leathery, or even slightly sweet and citrusy notes. Next up, we have tonka bean scent. It's a warm, complex, sweet-smelling note that is often compared to vanilla, but is a little more nuanced and has a spicy, nutty, and balsamic undertone. The key characteristics include warm caramel, almond, cinnamon, and hay, with some also detecting tobacco, smoky, and even a sweet hay-like aspect. It is a versatile and sensual base note frequently used in perfumes. And last but not least is the musk. It is a complex and versatile and is often described as warm, subtle, and sensual combination of earthy, sweet, woody, and powdery notes with a skin-like or intimate quality. While natural musk can have animalic or even repulsive undertones, modern synthetic versions range from clean and powdery to animalic, leathery, or fruity and floral. Common descriptors for musk is, in general, it's warm, subtle, soft, alluring, sensual, intimate, skin-like, and comforting. You could go powdery. It's a common characteristic, especially for white musks and fragrances, to be powdery. Woody and earthy. It's associated with its natural origins within hints of wood or soil. There's also a sweet type of musk. Sometimes a synthetic musk can have a noticeable sweetness to it. And then, of course, there's the animalic characteristic, which, it just comes naturally because, well, I mean, it is synthetic, but a natural musk comes from, well, Other notes can also be leathery, waxy, or even a floral and fruity undertone, depending on the specific type. So, as you can see, Black Bot is a powerful, musky, masculine, old school fragrance. For me, it brings back memories of my grandfather and my father, just those old kind of, it's from like the 60s, you know what I mean? So it just really floods those memories of my grandfathers and my dad and stuff like that just really flood in whenever I use this. So Black Bot for me is not only a seasonal favorite, but it's a PAA favorite. It's right up there with Cold Spices, Sundown, Sacre Bleu, Diver Down, and John From, and of course Rabbit Fighter. So, scent off the tub on the Tennessee Whiskey Proof Scale. This stuff is pretty powerful. So I'm gonna say that scent off the tub is around a 60 proof. It's not too overpowering, but you definitely know that it's there, and it smells very, very nice. This is a good, classic, musky, masculine fragrance. So let's get started. You get this Moonstriker brush wet here for the first time. Let's see how it does. Also, man, I got a little bit of bad news, man. I got a soldier down kind of situation. Hopefully this doesn't mess with my shave too much, but man, I dropped my Drew Dick razor the other day, and as you can see right here, it broke the scale. Man, I was so mad. So mad. See, this is what it should look like right there, yeah. But that's what it looks like now. So hopefully this doesn't, with the scale not being so tight anymore, hopefully it doesn't mess with it any. Luckily when I did drop it, it fell kind of like that. So the edge and everything like that is okay, but the scale, man, I'm mad. I didn't even have this thing 2 weeks and I dropped the dang thing. So anyway, here we go. Let me get the face wet and we'll get pressing with this shave. All right. I know it doesn't take much, but I have way more soap than I'll ever need, so I'm loading it in. Oh man, that stuff smells good. All right, let's break the back. PAA's lather, of course, is very good. It's a favorite of mine for a reason. Starting to wake up now. I gotta say, I'm liking the Moonstriker so far. Great brush so far. Definitely builds a fine lather. All right. Try the hands off. All right. Let's see how this goes. Left-handed only. Messed up scales. Yeah, I definitely love Black Bot. I'm definitely loving this Drew Dick razor too. I'd have to say it's my favorite right now. I gotta say though, having the scale broke it's already a little weird, but I'll make it do. I'll make it work. And of course, let's not forget to the reason we're doing the Leftember shave challenge for Joe at Subtle Art. And I know I have to be more careful closing that thing with the scales loose. Let me clean up my bloopies here. All right, let me rinse off the face and we'll get back. I'm just gonna do a 2-pass shave for time. All right. This thing definitely builds some lather though. A nice brush. I'm really liking it. I'm gonna use it for a few days, but I can already tell it seems like it might end up being a favorite of mine. It feels good in the hand. I like the little ridges and whatnot that's been knurled into there, the knurling. It's pretty nice. I'm just gonna do across the grain over the lips today. All right, let me get the moneymaker all rinsed off for you, and I'll get back to the best part of the shave. All right, and we are back with the best part of the shave. So, I like, like I said, I like black bot. So I have, full tilt. I have the soap splash, star jelly, EDP. I have the bath soap around here somewhere, as well as the shampoo puck. So here we go. Man, this is some classic musky vintage goodness, man. So good. So good. So, man, yeah, everything comes across very, very nice. The lavender, the lavender, bergamot. I mean, you can, like I said, this is a musky kind of fragrance. It's definitely musk. Between the oak moss, the labdanum, the actual musk that's in it. I think the musk is infused with. It's a woody, vetivery, earthy kind of musk too. The tonka bean, gives it mellows it out some, as well as the lavender gives you kind of like a creamier richness to it. And then of course you get that hit of bergamot up front and the lavender. Smells so nice. So we'll put a little star jelly on too. The cool thing that I really like about the Black Bot offering from PAA is the fragrance really stays kind of linear throughout. Sometimes if you get the star jelly and the splash, there'll be like a slight scent variance to it, but it stays very linear. Of course, you can always pick out that prickly pear that's in the star jelly, but man, I don't know. The musk even seems like it comes through a little bit more in the star jelly. It has like a sharper bite to it. Or could that just be where the cedar? Could that be the cedar coming through more? I think it is. I think the cedar gives you a little sharpness, a little more sharpness in the star jelly. But it smells very nice. All right. And of course, we will top it off with the piece de resistance. Yeah, the bergamot definitely comes through way more up front in the EDP. Put a little bit on the back of the hand. I don't want to go too crazy with this stuff because, like I said, I mean it's a stronger fragrance. With it being musky, it is a stronger fragrance. But yes, the bergamot and the lavender definitely power through way more in the fragrance. Smells very, very nice. Okay. you could wear this stuff to work, and I mean, I don't know if you'd want to wear it on a date. It just really kind of depends on whether or not, how it makes you feel. Um, it can be a kind of a hit or miss thing with this stuff. I like the classic fragrances, and I like musky stuff too, earthy, musky, oud, all that kind of stuff is, I'm your dude of oud, man. It's in my wheelhouse. So as usual, though, I do always get my wife's thoughts on all these things that I like to put on my skin, and uh, you know, from her words, she says it's not her favorite, but she likes it, and she would. Like I said, I've said it before. The type of fragrances she likes, she like more like a CK1. If she could have her preference of anything, CK1, that kind of fragrance, that fresh, clean, is kind of her favorite. But she likes this. She says, that it brings back a bunch of memories for her, kind of like it does with me. I mean, it's a classic fragrance, so it should. So on the Tennessee Wifey proof scale, where 0 is the worst and 100 is the best, the Wifey gives Black Bot a 80 proof. And she scored it so highly because of the memories that it does. It reminds her of her grandfather, so it brings those memories back for her. That is one of the big reasons why she scored it so highly. So, and as for me, of course, on the Tennessee Whiskey proof scale, again, where 0 is the worst, 100 is the best, I agree. I give Black Bot an 80 proof. It is damn good. I like this stuff, man. Like I said, it is up there with Cold Spices, Sacre Bleu, Diver Down, Sundown, John From, Rabbit Fighter. For me, I mean, I love this fragrance. I just like it. It just, it's nice. I could smell it all day. So, all right, fellas, on that note, I'm going to let you go now. And I haven't seen anybody post or say anything about the Leftember Shave Challenge. So maybe it's not catching on or anything like that. But, if you're doing it, please let me know. It's cool to know that if you guys are doing it. And again, don't feel like you have to do it with a straight razor. Do it with a DE. Do it with whatever you got. If you have some Subtle Art soaps that you could, use. So, in support of Joe at Subtle Art, with his rotator cuff surgery and stuff like that going on and the healing from it, that would be fantastic. But don't feel like you have to. Just use whatever you want and whatever you're comfortable with. So yeah. So on that note, I'll bid you guys adieu. As always, the wet shaving community is the best community. Be happy, be positive, happy shave, gents, and I will catch you on the next one.